This will be a brief description of the centralized payroll and accounting system I wrote for an engineering company in San Jose, Costa Rica. It's an example of the kind of customized accounting or other automation programming I can do. In this case, this engineering company had their employees submitting spreadsheets with their work time written out in the cells of the spreadsheet. The spreadsheets were then manually processed into the weekly payroll. They asked me to automate it, but make the data entry visually identical to the spreadsheets they had been using. They had a very particular way of recording work hours that had to be maintained. Also, engineers and draftsmen recorded their time differently. The format of their time cards were different and had to be accommodated. On top of this, I created a basic accounting system according to their specifications. And this is what I came up with. Since everyone already had Excel on their computers, I created a time card program written in VBA for Excel, which connected to a Microsoft Access database located on one of the servers, which the Excel VBA time card program interfaces with, and the time data is stored in. This is the time card for engineers. The logo, which normally is there, has been removed for privacy of the client. And no, Bugs Bunny does not work there. The names of the employees have been changed for their privacy too. And here's the central database that goes on the server. Normally a logo is here. We'll get back to this later. Anyway, a normal employee will not have administrative rights to this program. Normally the employee name list box is locked, but it is not right now because I do have administrative rights on this program. In this manner, only an administrator can look at anyone's time cards. Also, these buttons here would not be visible for normal users. They are just for administrators' use. An important one is the time card status dialog button. This invokes a dialog which displays the status of every employee's time card status for any week. No time card submitted, or time card unsubmitted. This is, of course, so an administrator can scream at whoever has not filled in or submitted their time card. Back to the time card. An employee can add a project to their time card like this. Isn't that nice? And then they can add time to the time card by clicking on the appropriate spot and entering the time. Time for design, inspection, and meetings are entered in different columns. Entering 0 will erase an existing entry. When done, the employee clicks Submit. Now, if you click this button up here, you'll go over to the Draftsman's time card program. It's the same format, but instead of 3 time classifications, they have a whopping 7 classifications. I told them all those columns would not fit on the screen, and they basically said make it fit. So this is what I did. I basically pushed the weekend off the screen. Most of the time it's blank anyway. Other than that, it's the same format. Now let's go over to the central database. It's actually 2 separate but linked databases. A public database where non-financial data like employee time and job names and numbers go, and a restricted database with financial data and administrative functions in it, linked to the public database. This is the interface of the restricted database. Normally a logo is here. From the interface, all administrative functions can be performed, adding clients and employees and editing their information. On the right, there is a report generator written to the company's specifications. It will print a report for any project or employee for any time period, or for all time, or for all projects. Client invoices and payments are recorded here. And a running balance report can be made. Currently, as you can see, they are using the payroll system but have not yet entered their financial information. Change comes slowly and carefully at this company. They manually double-checked the output of the payroll system for at least 4 months before they decided to trust it. But it works without fail, and they use it and they love it. And I loved writing it for them. And I can do any kind of customized programming for your company too. And this concludes the video. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.